everyone, my name is Caroline Rausch, and today I am going to be reviewing the app and the computer-based program Mondly. So Mondly touts itself as a program that can help you learn 41 languages. It is both web and phone-based, and you can use it on an iOS or Android platform. They also have VR features built into their program as well, which I will cover today for you as well. So this would be great for learners that want a little bit of additional practice outside of class. The free version that I have access to today is for beginners. It provides a nice low-stress environment to practice speaking. So if someone is nervous or they just want a little more practice before engaging in the classroom, this could be a very low-stress way for them to practice. It is largely vocabulary and grammar based, but they also have speaking practice built in. Especially the VR part would be a great way to practice speaking. So the free version only allows the beginning language experience. And then if you want to upgrade, you can pay $11.99 a month or $59.99 a year or $119.99 for the lifetime. So this is from Pearson, so it's a big company. I'm not sure if they have site licenses, but I assume they do because they're an educational company. But you would probably have to contact them to find out that price. All right, now let's take a look at Mondly. So when you first open it up, this is the dashboard that is the same for every language. And then you can choose between whatever languages you're interested in. So here you see I have Greek and I have French, and then I've also been working with Italian a little bit just to play around and see how I like them. So let's start with French beginner because honestly, I have not seen a big difference between the beginner, intermediate, and advanced, at least what is available to me on the free version. I'm assuming they get more complicated when you pay for things, but I don't know that for sure. Okay, so let's start with French. Okay, so we click, so you can see here on the dashboard you have hello, chat box, daily lesson, core vocabulary. So these are the 4 things I have access to on the free version. All these other things over here, so countries and languages, food and drinks, grammar 1, travel, school, animals, hotel reservations, none of these are in the free version right now. Okay, so let's start with hello. And let's just start with greetings.
Bonne nuit.
So here you just swipe up or down to the word that means what they just said. So they said bonne nuit.
Bonjour.
And then we go, that means good morning.
Bonjour.
And then you click the translation. If you want to hear it again,
Bonjour.
you can play that. And then you click check.
Bonne nuit.
And then so if you don't know the word, you can click on it and you see bonne means good. Nuit means night. So you say good night. Check.
Comment ça va?
And then here we have comment ça va. So if you don't know comment, again, click comment. And then here, this is for the verbs. So they show you the conjugations. So this is the verb être. And here we have je suis, and it tells you what it is in English. And if you want to listen to it, you just click on it here.
Je suis, tu es, il est, elle est.
So it's very clear pronunciation, easy to hear, especially for a beginning learner. And then you click on it, and then click check.
Très bien.
Which is very interesting, actually. That ça va wasn't what they had. That was not what they had the conjugations for. So they had the être verb conjugated, but actually that's not how you translate it into French. So this is where I feel like this software is good, but it's better if you have it alongside a class where a teacher can explain the rules and why you say what you say. So here we go. Très bien.
Merci. Au revoir.
Okay, and then another thing I've noticed, this word salut is a word that means hello, but it's more informal. And I wouldn't actually probably teach it at the beginning level. I would teach bonjour.
Bonjour.
So just things that I think without without a teacher, you might not know, and you might say things that maybe might not be what you would a speaker of that language would normally say. I wanted to show you another feature. This one was in Greek because it's a different alphabet than English and French. So I've been playing around with this one a bit. So if we want to do greetings, again, same thing as the French one. So it's the same setup where you can drag, and if you don't know what something means, you can click on it.
Calimera.
And calimera, click on that one.
Calimera.
And then here you can hopefully remember and check it.
Calinista.
So here you can play again.
Calinista.
And you can also see what it looks like in the Greek alphabet. So I think this is great because you're going to see both if you are living or traveling over there. So yeah. And you can click on it. It says good night. Good night. So I love that feature. And these features are in both the app and the web-based version. But when you first open up the web-based version, it kind of points this out to you. So it says, oh, click here if you want to see the other, the Greek spelling for this word. And it tells you, you can mouse over the verb and find the different conjugations. And it just shows you how to use this. Versus the app, it doesn't explain that to you. It just kind of expects you to understand it. So I felt like I really liked the directions on the web-based version for the first time you use it. Once you get the hang of it, it's about the same on both. So we'll leave this now. Some things I really like about this program is that you can redo the lessons as many times as you want. So you can just keep practicing to get more and more comfortable. You can also work at your own pace. So you can take as long as you want to think about something, to write down notes on something, whatever works for you. Let's go back to French again. And then go out of here. And then I wanted to show you a little bit about the chat box here. So you can practice speaking in here. And it tells you you're going to practice speaking.
Bonjour. Bon après-midi. Salut.
And it gives you a couple of options there. So if you want to listen to them again. Oh, I guess I have to push this and say Bon après-midi. Bon après-midi.
Quel est votre nom? Je m'appelle.
And then you do the same thing. So you say, Je m'appelle Caroline.
Enchantée.
Okay, so
Salut, enchanté.
Je suis ravie de te rencontrer. Comment ça va?
So it gives you different options of things that you could say. So I thought that was a great feature. It's just nice practice. And this is really similar to the VR version as well when you're practicing conversation on there. So I can't really show you the VR screen, but this is similar to the conversations that you have on the train or in a restaurant, that kind of stuff. So it's good. All right. Okay, well, speaking of VR, so this is their advertisement on their website for Mondly VR. So it says that you can practice languages in virtual reality, and it's available on Oculus or Steam. So we happen to have headsets around for Steam, so I thought I would give it a try. And at first it seemed a little glitchy, and Oculus is more of the industry standard, so we were predicting that maybe this was developed for Oculus and hasn't been super flushed out for Steam. We don't know for sure, but we had difficulty connecting the microphone at the beginning. We had to reset everything, and then we got it to work. So it was great once it got working. And this is really what you see. So you see a scene like this where in this case, the server is asking a question, and then you have answers that you can choose over here. And then you click a button, and then you click the trigger on the little device, and then you record yourself. It can hear you say, "I would like a coffee." So here we can take a look at this real quick.
Hello. Nice to meet you. How are you?
How do you like it here? Here's your change.
Keep the change. Would you like a room with a view? Would you like some food? Are you a salad would like? Please repeat. I would like a salad, please.
So it's just, and you feel like you're sitting in the room with that person. You can look all around and see like the seat you're sitting on. It's pretty great. So you'll notice this one only has 30 languages as opposed to the 41 that their web-based and their app-based ones have. But I think all in all, it's a nice feature. I actually really enjoyed it for Greek because I was able to click on things and repeat things. There was a way for me to slow it down so I could repeat it more slowly. I didn't need these features for French, so I feel like maybe it's better for beginning to intermediate level speaker. But it was just, or for somebody that's a little less comfortable talking. But it was, it was a great feature. So I would, if you are comfortable with VR and gaming, and you think your students would benefit from it, I think that this would be a really nice addition to a language classroom. All right, and let's just wrap up what I observed from the software. So what language learning needs are met? I think practical words and phrases for sure. So it would be great to prepare for a trip abroad or a vacation, or if somebody knows they're going to need to speak in another language for an event or something, it would be a good practice for that. I feel like it's pretty authentic in that the phrases are useful. I know that some other programs might focus more on just random vocabulary, and at least this feels more cohesive, like these words are things that you might actually need pretty quickly when you get to a place, which is not always the case with curriculum. So I think that it's authentic in that way. I think the VR adds a great dimension to it. There's definitely room for growth there. I think it's an early version. It's kind of rough, but for people that appreciate gaming, I think it would be a great fit. It's easy to navigate. I really didn't have any glitches other than the microphone with the VR, which could have just been the headset that we were using was Steam versus Oculus. I think it would be a supplement to learning in a classroom. I don't think that this replaces a classroom because it doesn't have explanations built in as to when you would use things or not. It doesn't give you reasons. It just has you practice. And does Mondly do what developers claim? So it provides opportunities for language use, but I definitely think it needs instruction alongside it. So I don't think it 100% will teach you a language, but it will help for sure. It's definitely a nice tool to have. And I think the Steam VR version is great, but buggy. So keep working on that. And then the assessment piece. So it says on their website that if you use Mondly with another piece of curriculum they have called Mondly Works, so it's a bigger platform that works for not just education, but for lots of different businesses, then you should be able to have access to learner progress and records. But again, this was already not cheap. If you're purchasing it for every student in your class, and then you have to purchase Mondly Works on top of it, and if you want to purchase VR on top of that, I mean, this is adding up really quickly. So hopefully Pearson has a great bundle price for schools. If not, I think I might just recommend this to students who want a little extra outside of the classroom, and I might not grade them, or I might build in just maybe some reflection pieces for them rather than, having access to all their scores.